this is how you add decimals. So what you do is you have negative 5.62 plus 12.9. So you're going to put zeros here and here. So it'll be easier to add. And you add regularly. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 6 is 15. You would carry the 1. And you always put the decimal straight down. Right? So you put it right here. Beep. And then 5 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. And 0 plus 1 is 1. And then don't forget the negative signs right here. So, negative. And your answer is negative 18.52. But wait, adding, you have to check. Subtracting, you don't. So, we would do closest rounding. So we would round both of these numbers. So you would round 5.62 closest to 6. You put it down. So that would round to 6. And then 12.9 you would round to 13. Because also that reason. And 13 plus 6 is 19. And it's also, so it's closest. It's a good rounding to go with the answer, so here's your checking, and that's how you add decimals. So this is how you subtract decimals. And sorry, it's kind of loud. So what you do is you put a 0 here and a 0 here. And by the way, there's no checking. It's not like adding, there's no checking. So you would put the zeros in to help you subtract easier, and you go on from there. So then you would subtract normally. So 9 minus 0 is 9. You're not doing anything. And then 3 minus 6. You can't do that, so you cross out 5, you make it a 4. Oops, sorry. Okay. And you make this a 13. And 13 minus 6 is 7. And you always put the decimal down, like I said, for adding. You always put the decimal down. So the decimal go there. And then you subtract 4 minus 2, which is 2, and 1 minus 0, which is 1. There's no negative, so your answer would be 12 and 79 hundredths. And that's how you subtract decimals. And remember, there's no checking. Oh yeah, right there. This is how you multiply decimals. So first, you rewrite the problem. 4.02 times 0.7. Now you don't have to have the decimals, you don't have to have these decimals like right on top of each other. It's okay because you're gonna add how many places like away the decimal is from the right. So that's how you get your answer. So then you multiply regularly and pretend the decimals aren't even there. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 0 is 0, and then plus 1 is 1. And then 7 times 4 is 28. And then since this is a 0, you don't have to multiply because no matter what, you're getting zeros. So now you add how many places the decimal is. So let's see, 1, 2, the decimal is over 2, so you would put 2, and then this is over 1, so then you would put plus 1 over here, and then that equals 3. So then you have 2 plus 1 is 3. So you move the decimal 3 places over in your answer. So you would do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. You put the decimal right there, and your answer is 2.814. Yay, got it. This is how you divide decimals. So first you write out the problem. 1.06 divided by 0.2. Now then, just like kind of pretend like the decimals aren't there. So how many times does 2 go into 1? It can't go into 1. So it's like you would put a 0 there. And then 2 into 10, that's 5. You get 10. You will get 0, but then you have to put a 6. And then dividing decimals, you have to move the decimal over there. So it's right here. And then 2 into 6 is 3. 6, 0. And 5.3 is your answer. Okay, so this is how you add decimals containing, or equations containing decimals. So first you write out the problem, which would be W minus 5.8 equals 1.2. And then what's the opposite of minus 5.8? It's plus 5.8. So plus 5.8. And then W equals, and then you just do plus and then 5.8. 8 plus 2 is 10. And then 5 plus 1 is 6. And then 1 more is 7. And you put the 1 down. And your answer is W equals 7. And, yeah. This is how you add fractions. So what you do is you obviously rewrite the problem like all the other ones. 6/15 plus 3/15. Now, what you do is, since they already have, same denominators, you can just go out and add it. So this would equal to 6 plus 3 over 15. And you don't add the denominator. You never add the denominator. Only when it's multiplying and dividing, which is a little later. So then, what is 6 plus 3? It's 9. And then you would simplify it. So what can go into 9 and 15? Well, 3 can. So how many times does 3 go into 9? Well, let's do this. This will make it easier. Divided by 3, divided by 3. Okay. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. And your answer is 3 over 5. So this is how you subtract fractions. So what you do is you rewrite the problem. And this is going to be like the same as adding, but obviously subtracting. So since these don't have same denominators, you have to put them down. Put them down. What am I talking about? You have to get the same denominator. So 21 and 24 and a half. So obviously 2 can go into 24, so you could just keep 21 and 24. So technically that would just equal 21 and 24. So then, what times 2 equals 24? Well, 2 times 12 and times 12. And whatever you like, do to the denominator or numerator, you have to do it to the denominator or numerator. So, like, if I do 2 times 12, I have to do times 12 up here. But not 2 times 12. Like, times 12, I have to do it up there too. So, 2 times 12 is 24, and 1 times 12 is 12. So, you would put equal, and then with an arrow, 21 and 24 minus 12 and 24th. So, 24, and then you could just do 21 minus 12. Hold on. So, let's see, 21 minus 12. Oh my gosh. So, how I do this is that, since it's a big number, but I know what it is, I'll explain it though. So, 12 times 2 is 24, so you just need to, from 12, it goes all the way to 24. And then you do minus 3, because 24, and then 23, 22, 21, that's 3 jumps back, which will equal 21. And 12 times 2 is 24, so all you need to do is do 12 minus 3. So, obviously, what's 12 minus 3? 9. And then you can simplify that. So, let me think, hold on. Let's just write this down here. 9 and 24. How can you simplify this? Well, both of them, 3 can go into, so you just do divided by 3, divided by 3, and 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So your answer is 3/8. This is how you subtract equations containing decimals. So, let's get to it. First, you write down the problem. K plus 3.91 equals 28.00. Okay, so then what's the opposite of plus 3.91? It's minus. So you would put minus 3.91, and then K equals, and then minus 3.91. You would do 7, and then 10, 9, 10. So 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 minus 9 is 0, and then put the decimal down. 7 minus 3 is 4, and 2 minus, I guess you can put a 0 there, is 2. So your answer is K equals 24.09. Okay, so this is how you technically divide decimals, because you're going to divide. So first you, what do you say? Write out the equation. 1.2 y, which is like times y, and then equals negative 1.44. So then what you do is what's the opposite of multiplying? Dividing. So you do that, 1.2, and then 1.2. So y equals, and then you have to go over here, like, like in this area, like on this side, and you're gonna divide that. So let's start out. And now we know, since they're different signs, the answer is going to be a negative, because that's a negative and this is a positive. So 1.44 divided by 1.2. And we automatically know that it's a negative. So, sorry about the ringing if you hear it, telephone's going off. So 1.2, you would move the decimal over one place to make it a whole number. And then no matter what you do to the number on the outside, you have to do the same exact thing on the number on the inside. So now it would be 14.4. And your answer, you would just put the decimal like straight up wherever it is. Anyway, so 12 goes into 1 0 times. 12 goes into 14 once, which is 12. And then minus 4 minus 2 is 2. And then that's 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. And then you would put down to 4. And 12 goes into 24 2 times. And you just put it 0 0. And your answer would be negative 1.2. So y equals negative 1.2. And that's your answer. So, this is how you technically multiply decimals. Well, equations that contain decimals, because you're gonna multiply. Let's just say that. Okay, so you obviously write out the equation. So, n divided by 8.2 equals negative 0.6. We're going to put line there, and what's the opposite of dividing? Multiplying. So 8.2 and 8.2. Cross it out. N equals, and we know that it's going to be a negative, also like the last one, because negative, positive, and they're different signs. Different signs equals a negative answer, same signs equals a positive answer. So, then over here, you're gonna, multiply those two. And you don't need to put the, negative sign. So, 0.6 times 8.2. Now, it doesn't really matter where the decimals are, because you're going to add them. So 6 times 2 is 12. And 2 times 0 is 0. And then 1. Then you put a 0 down. 8 times 6 is 48. You carry the 4. 8 times 0 is 0. And then technically plus 4 is 4. So then you add. Okay. 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 1 is 9. And 4 plus 0 is 4. Now, wait. Now, off to the side, like right here, you're going to put how many, steps away is from the right to the left of where the decimal is. So, both of them, there's 1. And then 1. So, if the decimal was over here and it was 0.82, you would do 1, 2, and you would do this. Since both are 1, you would do 1 plus 1, and then is 2. So then you just move the decimal over 2 times and put the point there. And then if it was 0.6, you put a 1 there, and if the decimal was over 2 times, you put a 2 there, 3 times 3 there, and so on. So your answer is n equals 4.92. And don't forget the negative because they're different signs. So, again, n equals negative 4.92. And there you go. This is how you multiply fractions. So, what you do is you write out the problem. 1/4 times negative 2/3. And then you kind of like, here, hold on. You kind of like, what could you say? Simplify these if needed. So like if that was 17, this one, you would put 17 over 1. Or if it was 1 2/3, you would put 5 over 3. So anyway, this would just be 1/4 times negative 2/3. Okay, so then that would equal 1 times 2 and 4 times 3. And then you have to see, can 1 and 3 go? No, you can't do that. Can 4 and 2 go? Yes, they can. So this is what you do. You cross them out. How many times does 2 go into 2? Once. How many times does 2 go into 4? Twice. So then 1 times 1 is 1. And 2 times 3 is 6. So 1/6 is your answer. This is how you divide fractions. So you write, obviously you rewrite the problem. 3/4 divided by 6/7. And then you have to remember, and I'm going to write this big, like not really big, but pretty big. Keep, change, and flip. Okay? So what you do is keep the first number. Let me change my font. Okay. Keep the first number. Change division to multiplication. And then flip-flop, you would put 7 as a numerator and 6 as a denominator. So you would switch the numerator and denominator. So 7/6. And then you write it out. 3 times 7 and 4 times 6. 3 can go into itself once. 3 can go into 6 2 times. And then you have 7. Well, 1 times 7 is 7, and then 4 times 2 is 8. And that's your answer, 7/8. Okay, so this is how you solve using addition or subtraction with fractions. So what you do is you write out the problem. M plus 1/6. 6 equals 5/6. Okay, so then what's the opposite of, what do you say? Like 1/6. I mean plus 1/6. It's minus. So you do minus 1/6. And you do minus 1/6. Cross it. It's technically m plus and then 0. So m equals 5/6, and then minus 1/6. And since the denominators are the same, you don't have to do all this crazy stuff, which is probably going to be in the next one. I think it is. So, anyway. So then you do 5 minus 1 over 6, which equals 4 over 6. And you simplify it to dividing it by 2 and dividing it by 2, which is 2/3. So m equals 2/3. Okay, so the last one was like part 1, so this is part 2. How to solve using addition or subtraction. And this is technically addition because you're going to change that, but has subtraction sign, so you get the point. So, let's see, you write out the problem. And then, sorry, I'm kind of uncomfortable. Okay, so, let me see. Then what's the opposite of minus 1/5? Plus 1/5. So you do plus 1/5 and plus 1/5. Oh, never mind. Both the denominators have the same one. Dang it. Okay. I think it's the next one. I think. So, I didn't really check all these closely. I just kind of wrote it down. Anyway, so, then cross that out. It's like n minus 0, so n equals. And obviously, since they're the same denominators, you just put 3 over 5 plus 1 over 5, which equals 3 plus 1 over 5, and equals to 4/5. So your answer is n equals 4/5. Okay, so this obviously does have different denominators, so I'm happy. It'll technically be 4 over 1. But anyway, let's erase that. Yeah, I think I got it. It's kind of sunny out here. Yeah, I did. Okay, so, well, to me, I did. So first you write out the problem. 1/5 variable x equals 4. Okay. Gosh, life. Okay. So, this is kind of weird, but oops, I forgot this is presenting, so I have to write it kind of over more. Okay, hold on. 1/5 variable equals 4. So, what's the reciprocal of 1 over 5? 5 over 1, so 5 over 1 and 5 over 1. So, you just X that out, and that's technically x and equals. And since this is technically 4 over 1, they have the same denominators. Oh, dang it. I didn't think about that. So, I guess this is a problem where they don't have the same denominators. Anyway, so it would be 4, whoopsies. So 4, over 1 times 5 over 1, which equals 4 times 5 and 1 times 1. And you can't do anything there, so 5 times 4 is 20, and that's over 1, which equals to 20. Oh, man, that hurts. Okay, so your answer is x equals 20. And I hope the next one has different denominators, because that's more fun. Okay, I think for positive that this one has the same denominators. I think. So, yeah, let's do this. So, rewrite the problem. Oh my god. Why do I keep on forgetting that? Okay. 6 over 1 variable y equals 1 over 2. So then you, let's see, just to make sure. So, yeah. What's the reciprocal of 6 over 1? It's 1 over 6, so 1 over 6. Now, there's 3 different ways, but to me, this is the easiest way. So, yeah. Well, this is the easiest way for this precise problem, and I won't get into the other stuff. So anyway, then you would put 1 over 6 over there. Cross that out, since they would just go together. So you would have y equals, and then 1 times 6, so, or 1 over 2 times 1 over 6. So what you do is you're going to go over here, and can 2 go into 6? Yes, 3 times. So least common denominator, okay, is, the common denominator is 6. So 1 over 6, you're going to find 6. Okay, then, so 2 goes into 6 3 times, so 2 times 3 equals 6, and then you have to do the same exact thing to the denominator you have to do to the numerator, so 1 times 3 is 3. So wait, we're not simplifying it, we're not doing that, we're going to do that. Actually, I think this next step. Oh, my back's killing me, sorry. I'm like sitting wrong. Okay, so then, let me see. You do 1 6 times 3 6. Yeah. And you put equals 1 times 3 and 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Okay. How many times does 3 go into itself once? How many times does 3 go into 6 twice? So then you have 1 and 6 times 2 is 12. Oops, 12. Yeah, okay. So your answer is y equals 1/12. And that's the end of the chapter 3, and next time I think I'll be doing this is going to be chapter 4. So last time, and this is actually a pretty fun thing to do. So yeah, next time is going to be chapter 4, and I don't know how long it's going to be, but yeah. So see ya. Bye, Elyse Delane. I just had to do that. Sorry. I like saying my name. And I really like smiley faces, as you can tell. I just really like smiley faces. So, yeah. Okay, bye.